We're always told to improve, to optimize, to fix ourselves. But what if that whole idea is not the answer? Today, we're going to explore a really powerful shift in how we see ourselves, moving away from that constant pressure of fixing and towards the quiet power of acceptance. So let's just start right here, because this is really at the heart of it all. It's that nagging feeling, isn't it? That little voice that says something about us is broken, and we have to keep working on it, mending it. It's a feeling I think most of us know way too well. So where does that feeling even come from? Well, for a lot of us, it starts really early. It's this constant underlying pressure to always be improving. I mean, think about it for a second. From the moment we're in school, to everything we see on social media, to the entire self-help industry, we are surrounded by messages telling us to level up, to optimize, to become this better version of ourselves. It basically frames who you are right now as just a rough draft, something that needs to be edited and polished until you're finally, somehow, perfect. But what if that entire premise, that you are a problem to be solved, is just wrong? This brings us to a pretty radical new idea, one that completely challenges that way of thinking. At the heart of this whole new perspective is one single thought. It's such a simple idea, but honestly, it can fundamentally change everything. And here it is. Simple, direct, and for a lot of us, it feels completely revolutionary. Just let that sink in for a second. You don't need to be fixed. And to take that one step further, you are not some project that needs to be completed. You're not a puzzle with missing pieces. You're not broken. Just realizing this, truly letting it land, can shift your entire inner world. Okay, so if we're not broken, what in the world do we do with all those difficult feelings? The anxiety, the sadness. Well, this perspective suggests a totally new approach. It's not about fighting them, it's about listening to them. Just think about how we usually handle anxiety. Our first instinct is to fight it, right? To push it down, to suppress it, to make it go away. But this idea asks a very different question. What if its purpose isn't to be defeated? What if that anxious feeling is actually a messenger, a signal from a deeper part of you that's just trying to get your attention about something that feels unsafe or uncertain or unresolved? If that's true, then the goal isn't elimination anymore. It's curiosity. And it's the exact same thing with sadness. In our culture, being sad is often seen as a weakness, like a personal failing we have to get over as fast as we can. But what if that's not what it is at all? What if it's simply a signal that you've lost something important to you, or that a really deep need isn't being met? It's asking for your compassionate attention, not your harsh judgment. See, it's data, not a defect. So when we start listening to our feelings instead of judging them, the whole goal of personal growth starts to shift. It stops being about chasing this impossible, exhausting ideal of perfection. This slide here really captures that new mindset perfectly. So the old goal was this constant chase for perfection, but the real goal becomes understanding. We move away from trying to fix ourselves, and instead we work on cultivating awareness. And maybe most importantly, we replace that harsh self-judgment with genuine self-compassion. Okay, so this brings us to the final and maybe the most powerful piece of this whole puzzle. It's a concept that sounds a little backwards at first, but it really holds the key to true transformation. Because here's the thing, when you stop trying so hard to change yourself, something really amazing starts to happen. It's a paradox that thinkers and therapists have been talking about for decades. And here it is, from the psychologist Carl Rogers. The curious paradox is that when I accept myself just as I am, then I can change. Now, why is that? Well, because fighting against yourself uses up so much energy. When you stop fighting, and instead you just accept who you are, the flaws, the feelings, all of it, you create this foundation of safety. And it's from that place of safety, not from self-rejection, that real lasting growth can actually begin. So we'll leave you with this one final thought to take with you. This isn't about accepting everything about yourself all at once. It's just about starting small with one little thing right now. What is one part of you, a feeling, a habit, something you see as a flaw, that you could just meet with acceptance today, instead of that old pressure to fix it? The answer to that question might just be the beginning of a really profound inner shift.